The first one I want you to get from this passage is found in verse 3, and that is you and I need to count our blessings. Thank God. It could be way worse than anything you're experiencing right now. I mean, how many of you have said, man, my life is just so bad? I love it when somebody says that to me because that is so delusional. How many of you know that somebody else in the world has it way worse than you right this second? I promise you. I mean, I've traveled the world. Americans are the absolute worst. Oh, I got a hangnail. This is like my life is threatened. Baloney. You got a hangnail. But we just so dramatize everything. Look at this. It says the city is burned. The wives and the children are taken captive. I mean, they lifted up their voices. How many of you have ever lost your home, your wife, your children have been carried off? Anyone in this room? Probably not. I've been in countries where the Christians I'm sitting with have lived this. First time I went into East Africa, I remember coming into this one little village, and people were like really nervous. The grass was high. People were really nervous. And I said, what's wrong? Why is everyone so tense? And they go, the grass is high. Go cut it. Why is that scary? Because there was this, on this porous border, there were these guerrillas, and they would go into these villages, and they would kill all the men in the villages. They'd take all the little boys, and they would have them kill one of their relatives and others, turn them into boy soldiers, give them drugs, girls, all those sorts of things, carry off the young ladies. They had experienced this. And when the grass was high, they don't know when they're coming. They could sneak up on them. They would have these attacks. And I'm telling you, this has happened all through history. I want you to think about this, burning the city with fire. The loss of everything. Now, in Americans, we have fires. And out west, I was pastoring out in this one community, and we had a fire come through, and it burned eight homes. And one of the families in our church owned one of the 8 homes, and the families that had been evacuated and lost their homes were all taken to the community center. And Ben and Dottie Coleman, the folks from our church, they were going around and ministering to those other 7 families in Jesus' name. And you know what we did? We went to Walmart and we got them new toothbrushes. And we got them, clothes and things like that. There wasn't any place to go and get new supplies. There wasn't anything. I mean, what they had is what they had carried up 6 days earlier. They've come back with those things. And now they're sitting there. Everything is gone. And the most precious thing they have, their wives and their children, they are taken as slaves. This is a bad day, right? How many of you remember your grandma or your mom saying to you, eat all your vegetables? There's someone that would just love to eat those vegetables. How many of you had this lecture, right? And it's true, friends, it's true. Count your blessings. We are so blessed with safety and security at a level that is incomprehensible in world history. And it's true to this day, friends. It's true to this day. I don't know about you, I feel the tension increasing in America as even elected officials are more and more saying, Christians are the problem in America. That's the reason, and we're feeling that really for the first time from a government level. Individuals, yeah, we've had that in the past, and I've been hated and called all kinds of things, but now from a more government standpoint, the weaponizing, friends, this is scary stuff. But I want you to know, whatever happens here, just know that Christians have always faced insane things. God's people have gone through difficulties in the past, and the God that got them through is the God that's going to get you through. This last week, I was thinking about the persecuted church and praying for the persecuted church. And I just want to show you a video clip of the 10 most difficult places in the world to live. And I want you to think about like our preaching team, and I want you to think about how we are embedded specifically and intentionally in these locations. Watch this.
There are countries where Christians live in fear, where churches are bombed and houses burned, where following Jesus means sacrificing jobs, security, family. There are countries where you must keep your faith secret, or it might get you killed. These are the countries of the Open Doors World Watch list, and here are the 10 countries where following Jesus costs the most. Number 10, India. Many extremists claim that to be Indian is to be Hindu. They want an India without religious minorities, and they are using violence to achieve it. Number 9, Iran. Iranian Christians must meet secretly. Being discovered could mean long sentences in appalling prisons. Number 8, Pakistan. Christians in Pakistan are considered second-class citizens. Innocent believers are falsely accused of blasphemy. Thousands of women are victims of kidnap and forced conversion. Number 7, Nigeria. Nigeria is the country where Christians face the most outright violence. Many Christians have been killed or driven from their homes. Number 6, Eritrea. More than 1,000 Christians are imprisoned for their faith in Eritrea. Some pastors have been locked up for over a decade without charge. Number 5, Yemen. Yemeni culture is tribal. Those who leave the tribal faith could be banished or even killed. Number 4, Libya. In this lawless land, Libyan Christians have to keep their faith secret or risk punishment, arrest, or death. Number 3, Somalia. Islamist extremists consider Somali Christians high-value targets, so the tiny population of only a few hundred secret believers keep out of sight. Number 2, North Korea. There are around 400,000 Christians in North Korea. All of them must hide their faith. Discovery means exile, execution, or being worked to death in horrific labor camps. Number 1, Afghanistan. The Taliban takeover means that Afghanistan is the new number 1, the most dangerous place in the world to be a Christian. Many Christians have become refugees. Those who remain must keep their faith utterly secret.
Wow, when I was watching that this week, I was taken back. Because 9/11 is the 1-year anniversary of the U.S. pulling out of Afghanistan. And you remember we left $80 billion worth of military assets there. Now, this may be B-roll, but it's very interesting when you watch that video. They're showing off American military assets that they're using to kill Christians today. And that's true. This may be B-roll, but that's true. Listen, if you think it's bad, you just better get on your knees and count your blessings. Turn to someone, count your blessings. Shout it out online.